Listener Branders, welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
Today we're going over the film Gamera vs. Guiron, or Attack of the Monsters, if you watched the stateside release.
Which, if you did, I'm sorry.
Well, the dubbing's fine. I actually don't mind. It's the one I grew up with.
Really?
Yeah, it's also, this is also another one that was seen on Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is probably a lot of people's first introduction to this movie. It's actually mine, sadly.
It was made in
So I got to listen to people bash it before I got to.
So it was made in 1969, so, I mean, they're improving on graphics, I guess, in the movies.
Yeah, because that's actually one of the promising things for this film, is definitely the props, which we'll get to in a little bit. But for the plot, alien spaceship lands on Earth, takes a couple little boys, goes back to their planet. Gamera is randomly in outer space, so he tags along to go with them because he realizes that it's a bad
Gamera
idea.
uses his child radar.
Actually, beep, beep.
Child-friendly radar. He's like, those little boys are in trouble. I must go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know what
It's
the
not
funny
like
thing
there's
is?
other little boys and girls that could be in trouble.
You know what the funny thing is? And it's always Japanese and American that's in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. And eventually they make it to a random star. They're not called planets in the dub, they're stars, just like Earth. Earth's a star. Once they get there, they find two alien women who are actually cannibals. And then they also come across their guard dog monster thing, which is called Guiron.
Who's technically supposed to protect them from Gauss.
Yep. And then the kids have to try to get off the planet and not get their brains eaten. I'm really good at these plot synopses.
It's simple, man. It's like...
Nah, I'm pretty horrible at these.
You're failing us, Steve.
Yeah. But anyways, for the plot, I actually really love this film.
Really?
Yeah, because even though it kind of centers around two kids for the majority of the plot, other than when they go back to their little sister on the planet, like, they're in space, Mommy. She's like, shut up, you need to go to a good school. Shut up. Just like everybody else is so mean to that little girl.
Well, it's 1969. She has a vagina. Her tots don't matter.
Ouch. We think it matters, though.
We do.
Just nobody else did. But I always thought it was pretty cool because if the plot's going to go around being child-friendly, might as well make it about the children.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of like in the previous one, but I feel like this movie succeeds a little bit better at it.
A lot better, actually.
Yeah, because it's just... I think the setting just helps a lot because a lot of it doesn't take place on Earth, so it's all essentially a new setting, which is really cool.
Oh, you mean like the setting with the alien spaceship that was just painted on a picture and put in the background?
Maybe.
Yeah, that was a good setting.
It was.
Or us watching two kids watching a movie.
It's fine. That's just how that thing... That's just how that works in that movie, man.
They were literally watching a movie and we were watching them watching a movie.
It's fine.
And now somebody's going to watch
Let's call
us.
it a video. Yeah, somebody's going to watch us. Watch the video, watch the movie.
It's an infinite loop.
Oh, God. But I just thought it was really original, other than the aliens wanting to eat the boys. Aliens can never just be helpful, can they? Because even the Godzilla movies, none of them were up to any good. None of them.
But at least
I guess you could kind of argue the Martian from Guiron the Three-Headed Monster.
Well, at least in the Godzilla movies, there was more humans that were bad guys than aliens, you know?
Yeah, and the aliens were just done better.
Yeah.
Like the Exians are a really good example.
Oh, my favorite. The roaches.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with them. Money, 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 money. Who wants Arnes' credit card?
Throw my chapstick at you next time.
Goodbye, horses. Where did this video go to?
Would you fuck me? Ah, fuck me, too. Okay.
It puts the lotion in the basket. Where's my auto trader? Nobody probably knows what the hell we're talking about. But anyways, back to the actual Gamera plot. Pretty much other than that, most of the rest of it's the same kind of Gamera affair we got in the previous ones, where Gamera shows up, fights the monster, doesn't win successfully the first time, has to come back with better tactics to defeat the monster a second time. But then again, there's a lot of monsters in this movie, and a decent amount of monster fights too, which make me really happy.
3 monsters.
Yep, 3 total, which we'll move on to the suits. Which first our first monster that we get to see other than Gamera, because we'll go over Gamera last. Well, I guess...
Let's get Gamera out of the way.
Yeah, I guess we'll get Gamera out of the way. Looks like Gamera. Although he looks like he has really long arms to me in this one. Like, he's definitely the most lanky-looking Gamera.
I think it's the parts, though, when they use, like, the props, that our arms are longer, like the swinging part, and, like, and...
Yeah, there's, like, where he's, like, flying around space. Like,
Yeah.
those things are freaking huge.
It's, like, the actual, just, like, the props they're using, like, the toys, I think.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice because he definitely seems a lot more... I don't want to say posable, but he has more fluid motions in this. Like, he actually looks like he can actually do things other than just be on all fours.
So it's not just, like...
Yeah, because he does acrobatics in this movie. He does, like, the go-go dance from what the kid was saying. Even though he had shurikens in his arms, you could clearly tell.
He was dancing.
Whatever, he's dancing.
He was like, shut up and
Dance with me.
woo!
And then he also gets, like, shurikens in his face, so he has to try to heal the wound with, like, a random piece of ice.
I don't know how that works. I mean, it makes sense, because, erased. She beats her daughter to death, and she just puts ice on it, and it's fine.
It's fine, she fell. But yeah, I think out of the fights, like, Gamera is just definitely the most entertaining in this one. Last one was okay in terms of the fights, other than it was just a lot of groping and tentacle action.
Hentai.
Eh. Well, moving on to the next monster we got to see, which was Space Gauss, which is just the Gauss from the previous movie, just spray paint with silver paint. Also, like, too, that when he's, like, flapping his wings and stuff, you can still see, like, the original paint job underneath him.
They failed.
Just like, oh, what the fudge?
And then yet again, when he's flying, it's just like this is his head pointing up.
Yeah, like when he's flying away, like, his legs disappeared.
Yeah.
Granted, he lost one of his legs, but you think you would have still saw one?
No.
No. Although I do like how violent this movie can be, though.
I do like that.
Especially in the monster fights.
I do like that they killed that suit off, though. They were like, we're just going to finish the suit right here.
Yeah, the Guiron's just like... He like, the legs get chopped off because he deflects his ultrasonic beam, the Gauss shot, and reflex, hits Gauss's leg, comes clean off, so he goes flying around. And then he goes flying back, you just see Guiron just leaning back and forth. And then when he launches, he literally does, like... He's, like, upside down. So he had to do, like, a twist in midair. Lobs off Gauss's one wing. Gauss lands, starts flopping around. And then Guiron just walks over, starts laughing maniacally, starts chopping off his body parts.
Then he picks it up. He's like...
Yeah, then he smells like...
I was like, is this child friendly?
Yeah. Remember, this was definitely approved for me when I was a kid. But then again, so was Aliens.
Don't you dare talk back about Alien. Mother...
I'm not saying anything bad. It's just, I think I was like 6 when I watched it, and I was like, this is the best thing ever.
Pretty sure I was like 4 or 5 when I watched Aliens.
Yeah, I think it was like, I seen every other Alien except for the original. I didn't see the original until I was like 9. Because Mom was like, it was too scary.
I saw the original. That chest burster popped out. Everybody was like screaming. I was like, oh.
I need that in my life. And then for the Guiron suit, I actually really like the monster. His suit sometimes looks bad, though. Like, there's a lot of the sections where you can definitely see his seam lines, which can take you out of it a little bit. But overall, he's actually a really cool and aesthetically looking monster. Like, he's awesome.
It was a good concept.
Yeah, kind of like Barugan, where he looks cool, but some of the like scenes that you see him in kind of distract from what they were going for.
Yeah, that's the sad part, but the concept was cool.
Yeah, I like him having a giant knife head. He shoots shurikens out of his little holes in the side of his head.
Oh, okay, that's one thing I did not understand. What the hell?
Well, because Gamera's doing backflips and gymnastics and being a ninja, man, like, Guiron has to be able to compete. What better than throwing stars?
That still made no sense. How is that his weapon?
Also, how did it fly out of his head? Because it literally just, like, shoots out like a magnet. It just, like, pops out and it's like...
I need to know these things.
You know what it's called? Science. Science.
You know what it's called? Garbage. I'm not saying anything bad about the monster. The monster itself is a good concept.
Yeah, he's actually a monster I really need to get more of. Like, I used to have his Trendmaster, but a lot of my Trendmasters disappeared a while back.
I swear I didn't steal them.
Yeah, it wasn't Arnes. I kind of know who, but that's a long story. So, I used to have, like, I had all the Gamera Trendmasters. Now I really only have Virus, which is depressing.
That is depressing.
Because he's like my least favorite one. But he's the one that made it through that.
Not even the person or something that took your Treadmasters knew that thing was garbage up there.
It was a relative. It was a relative that stayed over. I'm pretty sure that's where all my old Super Nintendo games went too.
Oh.
Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time.
Can I go skin this person alive right now?
Sure. Get you back on track. I still really actually want to get a Guiron figure. It's one of the things I'm probably going to try really hard to get at this year's G-Fest. Because I want to try to get some more of the Bandai vinyls, because I'm kind of lacking on picking those things up lately. It's been a lot of like super articulated figures. I think I kind of need to go back to getting more of the stuff I used to get when I was a kid. Like the Bandai vinyls.
Steve, they're not collectible, man.
Sure they are. They're not X pluses, but I like them. That's all that matters. And then moving on to the props. This is probably one of my favorite monster movies just because of the props and the setting. Because the majority of the film does not take place on Earth, and that's actually pretty unique for a lot of these old monster movies.
Yeah, I'll give them that. Like, there was some issues, like, you can see a few paintings that they put here and there.
Yeah, there's like greens. They use like a lot of green scenes, especially with the monsters. But especially back then, it wasn't very distracting. Like now, with how used we are to how cinema is nowadays, it can be a little bit odd, but it still doesn't really affect me at all when I'm watching it.
I still wouldn't mind watching a new Captain Civil War movie with the paintings in the background. I'll still watch that.
It's fine. I'm pretty sure everybody would be like, there's comic book art in the background. But I think they did a really awesome job at making the world that they were on definitely seem alien. Like the water runs backwards when the Guiron's about to come out of his cave, which was really cool. I really like the teleporters. The base was really awesome. The spaceship was cool.
I like the teleporting part when they tricked the women. Or women aliens, whatever they are.
Yeah.
They were like... One thing that was really disturbing about this movie is how smart those kids are. Okay? These kids had more knowledge than scientists do these days. Man, they just knew everything.
But then again, there's parts in the movie where they're like say when they go on the spaceship, the little girl's like, no, you guys are stupid. How are they going to talk to you? And they're like, oh, they came all this way. They have to know our language. And then when the kids get to the alien planet, they go to talk to them like, oh, no, they won't understand us.
Yeah, there's few things like...
Also, they're on a star. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Not a planet. Star.
Excuse me, star.
Star.
Like, how smart these kids are. But then it gets to the part where they're, like, destroying that teleport. They're like, they trick the women and teleport, take them to another place, and they dismantle the teleport, and they're like, okay, they can't teleport here anymore. How do they know this stuff, like?
Yeah, also, at the beginning, the spaceship lifts off all by itself. Granted, it's remote control, but still, just when you're initially watching it, when the kid's like hitting the buttons, everything just works perfectly.
Yeah, like, I guess that was my only downfall for this movie.
Yeah, well, if you're stuck with the kids, you don't want to be spending your entire hour and 20 minutes with somebody that's retarded.
I do every day.
Some of the monster effects, though, are odd choices, to say the least. Like when Guiron's jumping at Gauss and cuts off his wing, and he's kind of upside down at the time. Which is kind of odd, but yeah, he still lands upright. There's part like Gamera jumps straight up, goes like God knows how many feet in the air, then just kind of body slams on top of Guiron.
Don't you judge those scenes?
Gamera flying out of space with his giant arms. Although most of the rest of it's perfectly fine. Although I do like how one part of the movie, towards the end, is Gamera has to repair the spaceship that they landed on. Or not landed on, but the one that Guiron cuts in half. And how he does it is he just puts it together with his hands and then just breathes fire onto it and it's perfectly fine. Like he's arc welding it.
Yeah, man, that's how he fixed all the electronics in there, the computers, the lights.
Yeah, they got oxygen to make it back to Earth. It's fine.
I'm assuming the fusion core probably in there. It's how you fixed it too, you know?
Yeah. Just by breathing on it. That's collectible, sir. You go pick that up.
Maybe if I throw some more things at it.
You're thinking about so with the film Gamera vs. Guiron, I personally really love it. Granted, it has a lot of outdated props and effects using it, but then again, the props that they use make the movie seem very alien and very original compared to a lot of the other Kaiju movies. Like the monster fights in it overall, they're very entertaining. The kids aren't super annoying. Definitely worth a watch.
There is There's few things in the movie that had like hiccups in it, like they used some, old scenes in it. But it's not like, the last movie that we watched where it's just like huge amount of them. It's just...
Yeah, we spent half the movie watching.
Yeah, it was in a small burst, and there was like few things that bugged me, like the paint, where they used pictures and stuff like that. But besides that, the movie was amazing. I had a lot of the original stuff in it. I love the monsters. Gauss got what he deserved.
Yeah, it's just a very fun movie. But what do you guys think of Gamera vs. Guiron? Please let us know in the comments section below what you guys thought of that movie. And help us defeat those Kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.